Perhaps no other logo in history has inspired more urban legends than the one from MGM, famous for the iconic roaring lion nicknamed Leo. Did you hear Leo killed his trainer and 2 assistants? Have you seen the photograph of the lion cruelly strapped to a table during filming? And did you know a pair of burglars broke into MGM while the cameras were rolling, and that's what made the lion roar? Okay, spoiler alert, none of those things happened. But the true story is just as interesting all on its own. For instance, there have been 5 Leos over 9 decades, plus 3 unofficial Leos, plus at least 1 mystery Leo. I'm Michael Cahill. Join me as I journey into the jungles of Hollywood to uncover the incredible true story behind the MGM logo. But first, if you'd like to see even more expeditions into the Logoverse, please remember to like and subscribe. MGM was founded in 1924, but the lion logo is actually older, predating the studio by roughly 7 years. In 1916, film producers Samuel Goldfish joined with brothers Edgar and Archibald Selwyn to create a new production company. They blended their last names and formed Goldwyn Pictures. In a savvy move, Goldfish legally changed his name to match the production company. For the rest of his life, he went by Samuel Goldwyn, becoming one of Hollywood's most successful and most feared producers. Goldwyn Pictures needed a logo, and they got one courtesy of publicist Howard Dietz, a graduate of Columbia University. In his 1974 autobiography, Dietz pointed to the lion decoration in The Jester, Columbia University's humor magazine, as the primary inspiration. Columbia's sports teams were also collectively nicknamed the Lions, and the school's fight song, Roar Lion Roar, was no doubt still fresh in Dietz's mind. The Goldwyn mascot became a tribute to his alma mater. Dietz also created the Goldwyn motto, Ars Gratia Artis. Translated from Latin, it means art for the sake of art. The Goldwyn logo first appeared in 1917, featuring footage of a real lion. Although there have been many notable improvements over the decades, this core design spans the entire history of MGM. We see the familiar, ribbon-like film strips surrounding the lion, with the classic Ars Gratia Artis slogan. That small face directly below the lion is a Greek theater mask, placed against a wreath. The word trade appears on the left side of the screen, while the word mark appears on the right. All of these key elements will survive for the next century. In 1924, the Goldwyn Studio merged with Metro Pictures Corporation and Louis B. Mayer Productions to become MGM. Interestingly, all 3 studios used an animal as their mascot. Metro chose a bird that resembled a peacock, beating NBC to the punch by 40 years, while Louis B. Mayer opted for the more stately eagle. As the most effective of the 3, Goldwyn's lion logo was carried over to represent this new company, with one significant addition. The marquee now bore the names Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, each written in a different font. Officially, MGM's first mascot was named Slats, a lion born in the Dublin Zoo. Here's where things get a little blurry. Some sources say that it's Slats who can be seen in the original Goldwyn logo, but other sources claim that Slats wasn't born until 1919. Since the Goldwyn logo appeared 2 years before that date, there's a good chance Slats didn't come around until the MGM merger, which means an unknown lion filled in during the earlier Goldwyn period. There may have been 2 different lions, but the fact is, neither one roared. This was the silent era after all, so in these first couple of logos the lion just kind of looks around. While that may not be very exciting to modern audiences, filmgoers in the early 1920s were probably left awestruck at the sight of a real lion projected on a massive movie screen. The nickname Leo came into existence at some point during these early days, and it would apply to all the MGM lions going forward. As for where the name came from, no one's sure. Is it a reference to the zodiac sign? Well, that seems like a good bet, but again, the true answer is lost to time. Volney Pfeiffer emerged as one of Hollywood's first and most talented animal trainers. In addition to Slats, Pfeiffer also trained Tarzan's pet chimpanzee Cheetah and Toto from The Wizard of Oz. Slats retired in 1928, spending most of his time on Pfeiffer's 13-acre farm in New Jersey, while MGM would occasionally loan him out to the Philadelphia Zoo. The average lifespan of a male lion in the wilderness is only 8 to 10 years. Slats lived to the remarkable age of 23, more than double that number. After Slats passed away in 1936, Pfeiffer had the remains buried on his farm. He planted a pine tree above the grave, which still stands to this day. The second MGM lion debuted in 1928. Named Jackie, this lion bore a strong resemblance to Slats, clinching him the job. Born in the Sudan, Jackie had a well-established film career before taking over as Leo the Lion. Remember that story I mentioned about MGM strapping the lion to a table in order to film the logo? Well, here's how that myth got started. This photo surfaced online around 2015. It apparently shows poor Leo tied down with his head shoved through a cutout of the MGM banner, but it's been digitally altered. This is the real photo, taken in 2005. It shows a lion named Samson from the Israeli zoo undergoing a CAT scan. Here's a genuine photograph of MGM filming their logo. As you can see, the lion, believed here to be Jackie, is in no way strapped down. And take a look at those brave crew members. It's a testament to how well trained the lions were, when you consider they never attacked, much less killed, anyone. Here we see Jackie rehearsing with his trainer Mel Kuntz for one of the Tarzan films. Jackie could appear as downright violent on film, making him a popular choice for jungle movies. But in truth, he was very gentle. This archival footage shows Kuntz giving the big cat a bath at the Los Angeles Zoo. And while Jackie doesn't look too thrilled about it, he lets his trainer get the job done. Speaking of not looking too thrilled, here's a promotional photo of 19-year-old Greta Garbo, seated nervously alongside Jackie. Greta was a rising star when she signed with MGM and reluctantly posed for this publicity still. But everything went off without a hitch. Not a surprise given Jackie's docile nature. This second MGM lion also earned himself a unique nickname, Leo the Lucky, because, get this, he survived 2 train wrecks, an earthquake, a boat sinking, an explosion at the studio, and even a plane crash. Is that good luck or bad luck? I can't decide. Jackie has 2 more distinctions. He's the lion to appear at the beginning of arguably MGM's most famous film, The Wizard of Oz. And he made history in July of 1928 when he was the first MGM lion to dazzle audiences with an audible roar, made possible thanks to a gramophone recording. Although Jackie retired in 1931, his logo appeared on all of MGM's black and white films until 1956, giving him a total of 28 years serving as the MGM mascot. From 1927 to 1934, the studio began testing colorized versions of their logo. During this experimental phase, 3 different lions were used: Bill, Telly, and Coffee, but none of them are considered official Leos. Tanner took on that role in 1934. Generally regarded as the most intimidating of the 5, Tanner boasted a powerful snarl. Unlike Slats or Jackie, Tanner appeared in vibrant Technicolor. The company motto is now red, along with the theater mask, while shades of yellow and gold adorn the other elements. Tanner, also trained by Mel Kuntz, is the third longest-running MGM lion, his time in the circle lasting an impressive 22 years. George followed in Tanner's paw prints, but only spent about 2 years as the mascot. Why so briefly is unknown, but I guess you could say he's like another George, George Lazenby, who starred in just one James Bond film. Finally, the next lion to play Leo was Leo. That's right, out of all the lions, only one had the actual name Leo. For most movie fans, this is the lion they think of when they picture the MGM opening. Leo became the face of the studio. He's appeared on practically all MGM films since his debut in 1957. A notable exception is 2001: A Space Odyssey, which had a short-lived medallion-style version of the logo. That one never took off, and the studio wisely stuck with Leo. Sharp-eyed viewers might notice that Leo has a much shorter mane than his predecessors. That's because of all the MGM lions, he was the youngest. Leo is seen in this iconic publicity photo, taking direction from none other than Alfred Hitchcock. Unlike Greta Garbo, Hitch seems a little more relaxed around the mascot, even going on to serve the big cat a nice cup of tea. In 1994, MGM celebrated its 70th anniversary with a new logo variant. Below the marquee, the word anniversary fades into view one letter at a time, while 70th appears directly above. This logo introduces a darker gold coloring to the film ribbon. Leo roars 2 times, but by this point, MGM had altered his voice to make it even fiercer. Ironically, the roars heard now aren't from a lion, but a tiger. In March of 2021, MGM debuted the latest version of their logo, and for the first time, Leo was now CGI, modeled after his appearance in 1957. I don't think the world needs more CGI, but at least MGM has still maintained that core design. In 2024, MGM will celebrate its 100th anniversary. Here's hoping old Leo keeps roaring for another 100 years. I'm Michael Cahill. Thanks so much for watching. Look for my next video when I dive into some green slime to explore the logos of every preteen's favorite television channel, Nickelodeon. Until then,